Hey, guess what? We have a guest prognosticator today. You can see how excited she is. This is Daisy. Daisy, good girl. Um, so happy Sunday, everybody. Time for the picks. We have some big games, obviously, since the playoffs are just 1 week away. So I'm going to pick the 4 games that involve teams that have the games that have playoff implications. So Fear the Wax 9-3 versus Mask Aversion, who's 7-5. Fear the Wax is already locked in as the 1 seed. I mean, it's a done deal. They're going to win the division even if they lose this game because they've got a big point scored differential. So they're in. When I saw the ESPN projections for this game, Fear the Wax looked like they were playing some games, putting some scrub guys in there, which I assume by now they've changed because, integrity of the league, all that stuff. Mask Aversion, 7-5, is tied for first with Rolling with Mahomes, so it's a huge game for them. The way I see it, both these teams have some, potent players, no doubt. Mask Aversion, I think, is going to be hurt a little bit today because Zeke Elliott is at the Ravens, and I think the Ravens are going to come out with a pretty stout defensive front today after what happened last week. So I don't expect him to have a big game. And with Wax having, with Devontae Adams, Derrick Henry, Antonio Gibson, those guys lately have been pretty much unstoppable. So I think Fear the Wax gets another win, finishes 10-3. I'm going to pick them by 6. In which case, if I'm right, then Mask Aversion falls to 7-6, and other games are going to have a big impact on what happens in that division. We want Ivanka, 8-4, playing Gunning for You, who's 7-5. For We Want Ivanka, this is really about playoff positioning. The teams with 8 wins are already in the playoffs, guaranteed. So it's really a matter of playoff positioning. They're probably going to finish in the 3rd or 4th spot, most likely. We Want Ivanka has been hot, red hot, 2 straight high scores. But I think there might be a little bit of danger ahead for them. Deshaun Watson, who's been on an absolute tear, I think I heard something that he's got like 16 touchdowns over the last maybe 4 games, no turnovers. But he's playing the Colts this week, who have a pretty good defense, and he's got nobody to throw to. Will Fuller is now suspended. I think they released Kenny Stills. So they're hurting as far as wideouts go. And, Tyreek Hill, who's been is the number 1 overall receiver in fantasy this year. I just don't think he's going to duplicate what he did. Gunning has no Tom Brady or Godwin this week, which hurts him. But I still think Gunning for You is going to pull this one out. Go with Gunning for You by 2. Rolling with Mahomes against more than a Thielen. Rolling with Mahomes 7-5, tied with Mask Aversion. Rolling with Mahomes has been relying on Mahomes. And now with Chubb and Jonathan Taylor maybe getting back a little bit of his mojo, I think that they are probably going to have enough to win this game. Cousins and Thielen for more than a Thielen. I'm trying to see what my notes. Oh, well, the big thing I noticed with them is just Alvin Kamara has been hurt a little bit, I think, by the change to Taysom Hill at quarterback. That doesn't help any. I don't remember why I wrote down Cousins and Thielen, to be honest with you, but I'd have to look at my stuff. I wrote my notes down last night and then went to bed, so sleeping on it didn't do me any good. So, hi Daisy. So I like Rolling with Mahomes to win by 10, and with their win and what I predict is a loss by Mask Aversion, that will give Rolling with Mahomes the number 2 seed in the playoffs and the first round bye as division champ. And then Sleepy Joe's medical staff, 8-4 against Michael's Minions, 6-6. Sleepy Joe, just like his old man, is really playing for playoff positioning right now. They're in the best position to get the 3 seed if they win, maybe even with a loss. Michael's Minions, on the other hand, at 6-6, has a chance to get in the playoffs. They have to win and get at least one loss by a 7-5 team, and then pass that team in points scored. Entirely possible because the points scored are pretty close. I mean, all those teams are within, I think, less than 20 points. But here's the problem for Michael's Minions. Today, he's got no Christian McCaffrey. He's got no Ronald Jones. He's got no Mike Davis. He's got no George Kittle. I mean, the worst possible week for him to have a bunch of guys on bye is this week. And they're just, to me, are not enough good alternatives for him. So I think Sleepy Joe is going to win. I'm going to pick him by 17, just like last week. Travis, if I do it again, then you owe me a penny. So I like Sleepy Joe to win, and unfortunately that would mean the end of Michael's Minions season. But we'll see. Anything can happen. So good luck, everyone. Enjoy the Sunday football, and go Washington football team. I think they may beat the Steelers this week. See ya.